This is a step-by-step guide on how to build your TP-700 teleprompter kit. You'll also learn how to mount the included smart teleprompter monitor and mount your camera. It will look like this when you are done and take about 15 to 20 minutes to set up and start teleprompting. Let's get started. First, open the box. The top layer has the teleprompter frame and beam splitter glass. Put this to the side in a safe place. The second layer is a teleprompter monitor. Put this to the side as well. The third layer has the rest of the parts you will need for the camera configuration or freestanding configuration. First, we will learn how to set up a camera configuration. These are all the rail parts we are working with. Get the black bag of screws. There are quite a few in here, and organizing them will make it easier to quickly find what we need. Let's start with the largest piece, the main prompter rail. If you have a larger camera, you can skip this step, but if you have a smaller mirrorless camera or camcorder, you will most likely need to secure the riser plate on the camera first in the area with the 1/4 inch and 3/8 inch holes. Position your camera so the lens does not go past the second row of holes in the front of the main prompter plate. Use the longer black hex screw to attach the riser plate with your camera on the threaded side and the screw going into the smooth side. A quick release plate is not provided, but using one will make it faster to mount and remove the camera. It also helps you mount smaller mirrorless cameras and ENG cameras higher towards the center of the teleprompter glass. If you have a larger camera, you can mount it later. Next, mount the tripod plate on the bottom of the main prompter rail, which is the side where the threads are further away. The long slot is the rear and the 4 drilled holes will be in the front. Use 2 tripod screws and attach it forward on the frame to help balance the prompter and your camera. Slide it and lock it down to secure it onto your tripod. Get the lower part of the ENG prompter frame, it looks like a big L, and the 1/4 inch screws with the round knobs. Mount the lower ENG prompter frame to the bottom of the main frame on the second row of drilled holes. Next, get the teleprompter glass frame and the 4 Velcro strips packed inside of the black hood. Peel off the white backing and attach the Velcro strips to the sides and the bottom of the teleprompter glass frame. Use the 1/4 inch wing nut screws to secure the teleprompter glass frame to the main frame. Next, carefully remove the glass from its packaging and slide the glass into the teleprompter frame with the green circle facing forward towards talent and the red circle facing back towards where the camera will be. Then, use the small black M4 screws to secure the glass into place using the hex tool. Next, get the teleprompter monitor and the 2 1/4 inch thumb screws with the red dot and mount the teleprompter monitor to the lower frame. The red power button should be at the front of the teleprompter. Position the screws through the slots in the frame and mount them to the center of the teleprompter monitor. If you have a larger camera, now is the time to mount it. There is a riser block that you can use to raise your camera to be closer to the center of the teleprompter glass if needed. For your larger camera, use the long riser screw to attach the camera with the riser block, and if you aren't using it, use the short riser screw. Now you can carefully slide your camera to be 2 centimeters or more away from the teleprompter glass. Next, get the support wire and attach it to the teleprompter glass frame. This will hold the teleprompter hood over the lens. Then, attach the hood to the Velcro strips on the sides and bottom of the frame, and be careful not to touch the glass to add dust or unwanted fingerprints. There is also a Velcro square for the center on the top to secure as well. Cover the lens of your camera with the hood, and use the drawstring to close it tight around it so that no light can enter around the lens. Finally, it's time to power on the teleprompter and connect it to a network. Plug in the included power supply and connect the Ethernet cable to a router. We have a full tutorial on how to connect your teleprompter monitor to a network and also how to use the included dvPrompter Plus app in the description below. You can also set up the TP-700 in a freestanding configuration, giving you more flexibility for teleprompter and camera placement. Start with the lower teleprompter frame. You'll also need the small black square plate with 4 holes and the 1/4 inch screws with the round knobs. With the smooth holes over the top of the lower prompter frame, secure it using the round 1/4 inch screws. Get a strong, heavy-duty metal light stand or tripod and screw the top into the lower prompter frame. Next, get the teleprompter glass frame and use the wing nut screws to secure it to the front of the prompter frame. Next, carefully remove the glass from its packaging and slide the glass into the teleprompter frame with the green circle facing forward towards talent. Then, use the small black M4 screws to secure the glass into place using the hex tool. Then you can get your teleprompter monitor and mount it to the lower frame using the 2 1/4-inch thumb screws with the red dot. The red power button should be at the front of the teleprompter monitor. Use the slots in the frame to mount the teleprompter monitor. Next, attach the support wire to the teleprompter glass frame. Attach the hood to the Velcro strips on the sides and bottom of the frame and be careful not to touch the glass to add dust or unwanted fingerprints. There is also a Velcro square in the center to secure. Place this teleprompter in front of the camera and position the camera lens as close to the glass as possible, but no closer than 2 centimeters. Cover the lens with the hood and use the drawstring to close it tight around it so that no light can enter around the lens. Plug in the included power supply to power and connect the Ethernet cable to a router. We have a full tutorial on how to connect your teleprompter monitor to a network and also how to use the included dvPrompter Plus app in the description below. To mount an additional monitor underneath the teleprompter as a reference monitor for talent, you will need the talent monitor mounting rail and the 2 black M4 screws. You can mount monitors with a 75mm VESA mount directly, and for monitors with a 100mm mount, you can mount it to the adapter plate and then mount that plate to the rail using the included silver M4 screws. There are more tutorials and resources to help you with your Datavideo teleprompter in the description below. Connect with us on social media if you haven't already, and go to datavideo.com to learn more about all of our teleprompter solutions and accessories.